So, if you're in digital marketing, does 2025 feel, I don't know, a bit chaotic to you? Because it seems like rankings are just all over the map. What was working last week is totally failing today, and honestly, everyone's got a different story. Okay, let's just cut through the noise. We're going to make sense of the biggest, most important SEO updates of this year.
And I bet you've seen stuff just like this, right? Go on any forum, scroll through social media, the frustration is real. You hear about sites that were doing great, even hitting those coveted #1 spots, and then bam, they're just knocked down. People are reporting massive traffic drops, like 40%. It just feels like all that hard work just vanished.
And then there's this weird thing happening. Maybe you've even seen it in your own analytics. Your impressions are skyrocketing, right? Your stuff is being seen by more people than ever before, but the clicks just aren't there. They're flat, maybe even dipping a little. It makes no sense. How is that even possible?
Okay, and just to make it all a bit more confusing, you've got some people who are absolutely crushing it. While half the world is seeing their traffic tank, others are reporting these insane gains, like a 79% jump in organic search. It really feels like for every site that's losing, another one is winning, and winning big. This isn't just a random blip on the radar, folks. This is a fundamental reshuffling of the entire deck.
So, what in the world is going on with Google Search? That's the big question, isn't it? The one keeping marketers up at night. Are the rules completely different now? Is SEO dead again? Well, let's break it down. We're going to get into exactly what's changed and, more importantly, what it all means for you.
All right, here's the game plan. First, we'll cover the great SEO shakeup. Then we'll dive into Google's big war on unhelpful content. After that, we're talking EEAT, the new gold standard. Then we'll tackle the AI search revolution, and we'll wrap it all up with a practical survival guide to help you actually thrive in this new world.
Okay, let's start with the big picture here. 2025 wasn't about minor tweaks. No. This was a year of huge, landscape-altering updates. It's pretty clear Google has been on a mission to completely reshape its search results. And the impact? Well, it's been massive. Look at this timeline. The year was just defined by this relentless series of aggressive updates. It all kicked off in March with a huge core update and new spam policies at the same time. Then we got hit with a 1-2 punch in June, another spam update, and another core update. And then, just to make sure nobody got too comfortable, boom, another spam update in August. This isn't random. This relentless pace tells you one thing. Google has a very clear, very coordinated strategy.
And get this. This is the sheer scale of what they're trying to do. They weren't just trying to trim the hedges a little bit. Their stated goal was to slash low-quality, unhelpful content from the search results by 40 to 45%. Think about that. That's not just spring cleaning. That's a full-on gut renovation of the entire house. So how exactly are they pulling off this massive cleanup? Well, it all comes down to a direct, all-out war on what Google calls unhelpful content. And their weapons in this fight are some very specific new spam policies.
First on their hit list, scaled content abuse. This is a direct shot at anyone churning out hundreds, maybe thousands, of low-value pages just to game the algorithm. And yeah, a lot of the time this is done using AI. But, and this is super important, Google isn't banning AI. They're banning the misuse of AI to just mass-produce generic, unoriginal junk that offers zero real value to an actual human being.
Next up, site reputation abuse. You've probably heard this called parasite SEO. Basically, it's going after that old loophole where a really spammy, low-quality article could shoot to the top of the rankings just because it was published on a big, authoritative website. Google's basically saying, nope, not anymore. You can't just rent a site's good reputation to boost your junk content.
And the impact of this? We're talking millions and millions of pages getting de-indexed. We're talking about those zombie blog posts, the ones that get zero traffic. We're talking about thin, superficial content. And we're talking about that programmatic SEO stuff, where you just use templates to create mountains of low-value pages at scale. All of it is being targeted.
Okay, so if Google is cracking down on all that stuff, what are they rewarding? What's the good stuff now? Well, that brings us right to our next point, the new gold standard for quality content, EEAT, and specifically why real, actual human experience is now more important than ever.
So you're probably familiar with EAT, right? Expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Well, Google just doubled down. They've added a brand new E right at the front.
experience. And let me tell you, this is not just some small tweak. They are putting a huge new emphasis on content that comes from someone with real, firsthand, demonstrable experience in whatever they're talking about.
So what's the difference in the real world? Well, a generic AI article, it just kind of regurgitates facts that are already out there. It summarizes what everyone else has said. But a human-led expert article, it shows its work. It's got original analysis, it has real-world examples, maybe even case studies. It builds trust because you can just feel that there's a real person with real knowledge behind the words. And this quote just nails it. AI can mimic words, but it can't mimic creativity and wisdom. In a world that's just flooded with AI text, the most valuable thing you can have is genuine human insight. An AI can string words together, sure, but it can't replicate the wisdom you get from actually doing something, the creativity of a unique perspective, or the trust you earn from real expertise. Okay, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. The single biggest change to the Google search results page itself, the rise of AI overviews. This is where things get really, really interesting. And honestly, for a lot of us, a little bit scary. This is the engine behind what people are now calling the Great Decoupling. Hey, remember that weird thing we talked about at the beginning, how your impressions are going up, your content is getting more visibility, you might even be getting featured in Google's new AI overviews? You know, those little summaries at the top. And on the surface, that sounds great. It sounds like a win, right? Well, here comes the other shoe. The clicks are disappearing. This is the Great Decoupling. Your content can be so good that Google's AI features it, but the user gets their answer right there on the results page, and they never have a reason to click through to your website. So impressions go up, but your actual traffic goes down. It's a total paradox.
And the impact here is not small. It's dramatic. Early studies are showing that when one of these AI overviews pops up, the click-through rate for the normal organic results can plummet. We're talking anywhere from 18 to a jaw-dropping 64%. And that creates a huge dilemma, right? You want your content to be seen, but getting seen in an AI overview could actually kill the traffic your business needs to survive.
Okay, so that's the new landscape. It's a lot. I get it. But look, this is not the end of SEO. It never is. It's just the next evolution. So enough about the problems. Let's pivot to the solutions. Let's get into a clear, actionable survival guide to help you not just adapt, but actually thrive in this new world.
All right, here are 4 steps you need to take. Number 1, do a ruthless content audit. I mean, be aggressive. Get rid of or consolidate all of that thin, unhelpful zombie content. Number 2, amplify your EEAT signals. Add author bios, show your work, cite your sources. Number 3, double down on user experience. Make your site fast, mobile-friendly, and super easy to navigate. And finally, number 4, and this might be the most important one, diversify your traffic. You cannot put all your eggs in the Google basket anymore. Build your email list, grow your social channels, do whatever it takes to get that direct traffic.
And that really brings us to the one big question you have to ask yourself, the most important one. When you look at your website, when you look at your entire content strategy, are you really helping people? Or have you just been chasing algorithms? Because if 2025 has taught us anything, it's that Google has made it crystal clear. The only way to win from now on is to put real, genuine human value first.